Good Saturday morning. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke with today's edition of the Hokey video blog. Hope you all are starting out on a good note on this very frosty Saturday morning that we've had across wave country. Yes, we've had reports of frost and even saw some myself out there this morning. A little bit of fog in areas, but that's mostly confined to southeastern Kentucky at this point, outside of our 29 counties. So that was something we were watching this morning. Thankfully, it didn't become a problem. And as we go throughout the day, I think temperatures, they're going to be the big story. Let's get you outside with today's Hokey weather fact. And we're taking you out to the north and south poles. Believe it or not, both of those locations are considered deserts. There's a whole lot of snow in both of them, a whole lot of ice, but the snow is very old there. It doesn't snow a whole lot, less than 10 inches a year of liquid precipitation there. So, I mean, really, these are definite deserts by the definition that we give to them by precipitation. Of course, by temperature, you would think a desert is a hot place, but no, we're measuring this by precipitation here. So you can tell your friends that you now know the North and South Poles are deserts from today's Hokey weather fact. Outside this morning, man, is that a beautiful view from Shepherdsville or what? Nice sunrise out there. That black dot, of course, our image sensor trying to protect from any further distortion from the harsh light of the sun. Otherwise, you do see some of the wispy clouds that we have aloft. Those are moving in at this hour, but I don't think these are going to be contributing to any mostly cloudy skies today. It's going to be a mostly sunny afternoon. Here are those clouds now in the infrared satellite view. We'll turn on the visible here for you so you can see those as well. And definitely all the way down to Bardstown at this point, even down to E-Town, we're starting to see those clouds filter in. And we've even got a few breaks out toward Champaign, Illinois in them. So they're not going to be a big solid round of clouds, just a few wispy clouds for us as we go throughout this morning and this afternoon. You'll notice the temperatures did drop to 30 here in the city this morning. They've been kind of going up and down a little bit depending on when the clouds have moved in, and we've had some valley cooling as well in places. So that's why some folks got down pretty chilly this morning, into the mid to low 20s in a few places. But what we're going to be seeing today is a warm front, and it's already moving north of our area. It did get a little hung up here over the river here a little earlier, so we'll have to see if that transitions northward. But indeed it will as we go throughout the day. It's just it might get a little hung up this morning. Warm air moving in. Almost a direct connection from the Gulf of Mexico as we go throughout the day. It's not going to be a strong wind flow until we get to the afternoon, so that's when we see those temperatures respond to that. We always say here in Metro Louisville, for those of us who are meteorologists, that when you've got a southwesterly wind flow, you've got to up your temperature forecast. That's exactly what we've done. It took us up to 57 for a high temperature this afternoon. There were some indications that we could get up to 60, but I'm not willing to go that high just yet. Some of the data has backed off a little bit on that, including our own RPM here on Futurecast. Now, this is way too cold, I think. I don't think it's handling the southwesterly wind component well at all. It only has us at 48 by 230. That's probably too low. We do get up to 57 by this afternoon, but all eyes are on the radar as we go throughout midnight and beyond. You see this thin band of light showers moving into southern Indiana as we go throughout 12 midnight, and as we go throughout that time and beyond here in Metro Louisville, I think that's when our rain chance will start to increase. Really between, I'd say 2:30 to 4 is going to be when we see these showers transition through the metro area. And once they do so, it'll be very quick. They'll be moving into our southeastern counties. They'll be out of here before sunrise. So if you have plans to head out for Sunday services on Sunday morning, you probably won't even need an umbrella. Our rain chance will be that low by that time. A few showers try to form in the wake of this cold front as we go throughout your Sunday afternoon up here in northern Kentucky, up toward Covington, up there toward Florence as well, but at this point I really think those will stay out of our counties. You folks at Carrollton, though, you may want to be on standby for an additional small shower or two. Otherwise, for today, we've got that big Duke U of L game, KFC Yum Center at noon. And you'll see that we've got mostly sunny skies expected for the duration of the event, but the big deal is going to be what you wear going in as opposed to what you are wearing coming out. So going in, you'll probably be wearing a pretty good-sized jacket, 38 degrees. Coming out of the KFC Yum Center, though, you'll probably shed the jacket, 53 degrees by that point, and that's still a few degrees below the high temperature. You'll see as we go through time here on our extended version of the Futurecast that we get some ups and downs in temperature. Looks like as we go throughout Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be in the upper 30s. By Friday, we'll recover into the 40s. Next weekend could feature a bit of a warm-up, but it's past next weekend that, oh my, yeah, it could get cold. In fact, the latest GFS run, this is the Euro run right here I'm showing you, but the latest GFS run was alarmingly cold as we went throughout time on January 30th. Now that is an extreme solution. We are not going to present you with extreme solutions here because all the ensembles, which are different runs of the same model with slightly different physics and things adjusted in them, are suggesting still cold, still colder than normal, still bitter cold in some places, but not quite as severe as the operational run of the GFS. So I'm showing you the Euro here because I think it's got a pretty good idea. This timing here, the 26th, may be a little fast. We'll have to see how that goes. It may be more toward 28th, 29th, 30th when this happens, but there's going to be a trough of cold air over the eastern half of the nation by that point, and we will certainly have to see just how cold these temperatures get here. This is, of course, just a surface temperature. Euro isn't really good at painting surface temperatures, so I really wouldn't pay attention too much to these. I'd pay more attention to what's going on aloft, and that's the fact that the freezing line aloft is really going to come down pretty far, down to probably Tennessee, and that would be 5,000 feet above our heads. That would translate to some pretty cold temperatures here during the day as we go throughout the end of the month. So for all of you saying winter's over, that we're not going to be seeing any more snow or anything like that, let me tell you, the half point of winter is actually the 1st of February, that time frame. So we've still got quite a bit of it to go. The pattern will become more favorable for cold and for possibly snow as we go throughout the end of the month. We'll have to see how that goes. Whenever we get a big trough in here like that, there's always concern that it's either going to be A, too strong and suppress all the storm south, like we're probably going to see later next week with a system on Friday that'll probably skirt along the Gulf Coast instead of phase and move up here. We'll still have to watch that, though, because, again, we like to see surprises this time of year, don't we? Or the other concern would certainly be, would that trough be shallow enough, but with still enough cold air in Louisville that we could get a low to skirt along it and give us some sort of snow system. That'll be an interesting thing to track over the next couple of weeks here to see how the pattern exactly shapes up. Here's how the next 7 days look, I should say. 57 for today. The early showers on Sunday will be very short-lived. In fact, here are the chances. They really spike at around 3 a.m., especially here in the metro, but the rest of the day, it's pretty much a non-event for us, so don't even worry about showers on Sunday. By Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we've got a second pick of the next 7 days, it looks like. Today, 57, 54 by Monday. I think we'll get enough sunshine and southwesterly wind flow that we'll be able to recover that much. Few showers on Tuesday, but this cold front, you'll really feel it by Wednesday with those temperatures falling through Tuesday and into Wednesday and really staying low throughout all of Wednesday, 39. Can't rule out some flurries behind this cold front, one of those situations where you get a big blob of cold air in place. It likes to squeeze out all the moisture. So I put in a 10% chance. My thinking is I'll probably have to raise that by tomorrow's forecast. Watch sunrise starting at 5 for that. And then we moderate somewhat by Friday, and that'll be before we begin to get into this end-of-month pattern that we'll start looking for a cold shot of air in here. So that's how things look. Nothing overly exciting at this time, but certainly some items of interest that we'll be watching as we go through time. Of course, Andy Weingarten will be in with you this evening on Wave 3 News at 6 and 11. I'll be back on Sunrise, and of course at 6 and 11 tomorrow. That's all I've got for now here on the Hokey Video Blog. Thanks for watching, and have a great Saturday.